It's time for model predictions for Week 18. Now, normally in Week 18, I'd be staying away from a lot of these games because teams tend to rest their stars if they have nothing to play for. But this year, we have a lot of things still undecided, including 2 divisional crowns and 1 number 1 seed. So the 2 Saturday games and the Sunday night game should be very exciting. And I love the way the NFL has done the flex schedule for Week 18. They put teams in a 1 o'clock slot on Sunday that could rest their stars if games in the 4 o'clock slot were earlier. So by scheduling games the way they have on Sunday, more teams have something to play for in the 1 o'clock slot. That's great for excitement, and that's great for sports betting. How'd the model do in Week 17? The model went 8-7 in Week 17, 2-3 in my best bets. At 53%, that's still a profitable week for the model. And what I'm really excited about here, since Week 11, when I started using this model, the model is 62-43 for a 59% win rate. Again, this model picks against the spread in every single game each week. And assuming a negative 110 odds overall, then 59% is about a 12% ROI, which is amazing. Let's get to the model predictions for Week 18. In the first Saturday game, the Bucs are 3-point favorites at home against the Panthers, and this is for the NFC South divisional crown. However, if the Bucs win, the Panthers can still win the crown if the Falcons beat the Saints on Sunday. The model picks the Bucs to win 23-20, so this is a stalemate here with the spread. But I just want to say something here. After looking at the stats really close for this game, because I think this is going to be a really exciting game, the Bucs, despite going 1-7 since Week 10, have been in most of those games. In fact, they've lost by less than 1 score. And the Panthers are 3-4 in that same time frame. But by looking at the stats I used for my model really close, both the offensive rating and the defensive rating actually favors the Bucs. So with the stalemate here, I'm going to pick the Bucs minus 3.0 to cover the spread at home. In fact, I like it so much it's going to be my first best bet for Week 18, with 43 total points to go under 43.5. In the Saturday primetime game, the Hawks are 1.5 point favorites on the road against the 49ers, and this is for the number 1 seed in NFC. The 49ers, if they win, would get home field advantage all the way through the playoffs, even including the Super Bowl, since they are hosting the Super Bowl this year. For this game, the model likes the Seahawks to win 25-24, so it actually picks the 49ers plus 1.5 to cover the spread. Now, the 49ers are great on offense, but their defense is not looking so good, and the Seahawks could take advantage of that, but give me Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan to keep this one close. With 49 total points, goes over 47.5. In the first 1 o'clock game on Sunday, the Falcons are 3-point favorites at home against the Saints. The model likes the Falcons to win 23-21, so it picks the Saints plus 3.0 to cover the spread on the road. With 44 total points, to go over 43.5. The next game, the Bengals are 7.5 point favorites at home against the Browns. And Bengals are looking great recently, putting up a lot of points since Joe Burrow's come back. But the teams they played recently, besides the Ravens, have had some pretty weak defenses. The Browns are not weak on defense. And this is a Battle of Ohio game, so the Browns defense is not going to lay down for the Bengals. Besides, Myles Garrett's going to go for that sack record. The model thinks the Bengals are going to win 26-19, so it picks the Browns plus 7.5 to cover the spread on the road. With 45 total points, it goes over 44.5. In the next game, the Cowboys are 5-point favorites on the road against the Giants. While this game has no playoff implications, both teams appear to be playing their regular starters, and the model picks the Cowboys to win 26-24, so it picks the Giants plus 5.0 against the spread at home. With 50 total points, it goes over 49.5. In the next 1 o'clock game, the Texans are 10.5 point favorites at home against the Colts. Now, the Colts are starting the third string quarterback, Riley Leonard, and he's going up against the fiercest defense in all the land. And the Texans can still win the AFC South. The model predicts the Texans to win 25-17, so it picks the Colts plus 10.5 to cover the spread on the road. Now, the Texans' offense is below average, and the Colts' defense is not too bad, so we might actually see a closer game than a lot of people are imagining here. With 42 total points, goes over 39.0. In the next game, the Jaguars are 13-point favorites at home against the Titans. And this is one of those games I mentioned in the intro. The Jaguars can still get the number 1 seed, but they need both the Broncos and the Patriots to lose. So the NFL scheduled both the Broncos and the Patriots to be in the later afternoon games, which means the Jaguars have something to play for here in the 1 o'clock slot. Plus, they're still fighting against the Texans for the AFC South crown. Now, Model thinks the Jaguars are going to win 31-17, so it picks the Jaguars minus 13 to cover the spread at home. Because I really believe in the Jaguars getting the job done here, and they are a much better team overall than a lot of people give them credit for, I'm taking the Jaguars minus 13.0 at home as my second best bet for Week 18. With 48 total points, goes over 47.5. In the final 1 o'clock game, the Vikings are 7.5 point favorites at home against the Packers. Now, we know the Packers are going to rest their starters, but I'm not sure I trust Max Brosmer at quarterback for the Vikings. But the model predicts the Vikings to win 22-15, so it picks the Packers plus 7.5 to cover the spread on the road. With 37 total points, it goes over 35.5. For the first 4 o'clock game, these are actually starting at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Time. The Broncos are 12.5 point favorites at home against the Chargers. And again, the Chargers are resting their starters. They actually don't have much to play for here. So it seems like an easy pick here to pick the Broncos, but that's a lot of points. And I just don't trust the Broncos offense to cover a big spread. The model predicts the Broncos to win 24-16, so it picks the Chargers plus 12.5 to cover the spread on the road. With 40 total points, goes over 37.5. In the next game, the Chiefs are 5.5 point favorites on the road against the Raiders. And the model picks the Chiefs to win 22-16, so it picks the Chiefs minus 5.5 to cover the spread on the road. There's not much I want to say here. I don't trust the Chiefs' third string quarterback, Oladokin, but the Raiders are resting a lot of their players, including Max Crosby. With 38 total points, to go over 36.5. In the next game, the Bills are 7-point favorites at home against the Jets. and this is going to be an exciting game. Plus, they're playing their final game in Highmark Stadium. I think this is going to be an emotional game for the Bills, and the Jets have just looked like the worst team in the league lately. Romano picks the Bills to win 25-17, so picks the Bills minus 7.0 to cover the spread at home. With 42 total points, goes over 38. And the next game, the Eagles are 4-point favorites at home against the Commanders. And it looks like the Eagles are going to rest Jalen Hurts and a lot of their starters for this game. So this is definitely one of those games I would stay away from. But the Monarchs Eagles will win 23-16, so picks the Eagles minus 4.0 to cover the spread at home. With 39 total points, goes over 38.5. In the next game, the Bears are 3-point favorites at home against the Lions. Now this is a huge matchup here, and we have Dan Campbell versus Ben Johnson. Now, in my opinion, it seems pretty clear the offensive mastermind with the Lions in the last few years was Ben Johnson. The Monarch picks the Bears to win 27-24, so this is a stalemate with the spread. I think all the momentum is with the Bears, and it looks like Ben Johnson is going to play his starters in this game. So give me the Bears minus 3.0 to cover the spread at home, with 51 total points, goes over 50.5. In the next game, the Rams are 7.5-point favorites at home against the Cardinals, and Sean McVay has said he's going to play his starters in this game, and Monarch thinks the Rams are going to win 25-16, so it picks the Rams minus 7.5 to cover the spread at home, and this is my fourth best bet for this video. With 41 total points, goes over 36.5. In the next game, we have the Patriots as 10.5-point favorites at home against the Dolphins, and Patriots can still get the number 1 seed. And Monarch predicts the Patriots to win 27-19, so it picks the Dolphins plus 10.5 points against the spread on the road. So even though the Patriots can still get the number 1 seed in the AFC, the Monarch predicts the Dolphins to stay within 10 points. With 46 total points, it goes over 45.5. And finally, in the Sunday night game, the Ravens are 3.5-point favorites on the road against the Steelers. This is for the AFC North crown. This also guarantees the winner of the number 4 seed in the AFC. And the Monarchs Ravens win 23-19, so picks the Ravens minus 3.5 points to cover the spread on the road. And I just got to say this, whether Lamar Jackson plays or Tyler Huntley, I really like the Ravens here in this spot. So the Ravens minus 3.5 to cover the spread on the road is my 5th best bet for Week 18. With 42 total points, goes over 41.0. And this is the final prediction for Week 18. Hope you enjoyed this video. I can't wait for these Saturday games and the 1 o'clock games on Sunday, and of course that Sunday night game. There's still a lot up for grabs. And as far as the playoffs go, I have a trend, or let me just call that a historical fact, that hits over 60% of the time in the first round of the playoffs. I'm very eager to share that with you next week. Good luck in Week 18. Let's go!